Hello everyone. Have you ever wondered why, despite thousands of years of human reproduction, we are not all genetically identical and why certain diseases persist generation after generation instead of disappearing? Today we are going to explore the dynamics of the human gene pool and understand why the idea of genetic equilibrium is really just an illusion. Let us start with the law of genetic equilibrium, known as the Hardy-Weinberg Law. This law states that in a large random mating population, the genotype and allele frequencies remain constant from one generation to another in the absence of any evolutionary influences. This law rests on three important assumptions. First, the assumption of non selective pairing, meaning mating is completely random. Second, the assumption of a static, unchanging system with no new mutations or outside influences. And third, the assumption of biological isolation, meaning the population does not mix with outside groups. But in reality, the human gene pool is never static. While the Hardy-Weinberg ideal describes a perfectly still grid-like population, the human reality is dynamic, constantly shifting and swirling due to multiple influences. The mathematical model assumes an entirely static population, but in truth, five continuous forces actively disrupt this equilibrium, reshaping our genetic future from one generation to the next. The first of these forces is the spark of variation or mutation. A mutation is a fundamental change in genetic material that results in a newly inherited variation. The estimated mutation rate is about 10 to the power of negative 4 to 10 to the power of negative 6 per gene per generation. It is important to understand that the entire human body structure was built through a long succession of mutations over hundreds of millions of years. While spontaneous causes of mutation remain largely unknown, external influences like ionizing radiation and chemical mutagens actively accelerate this rate. Mutations themselves fall on a spectrum. Harmful mutations make up the majority of mutant genes and actively impair the survival ability of the carrier organism. Neutral mutations cause no harm or impairment and persist indefinitely in the population across multiple generations without consequence. And beneficial mutations confer a distinct survival advantage in specific environments. A classic example is the sickle cell trait, where heterozygous individuals harbor a mutated gene that actively provides resistance to falciparum malaria. The second force is the biological filter known as natural selection. Its core mechanism is Darwin's principle of survival of the fittest. Genetic variation enters the environment. Harmful genes are actively eliminated from the gene pool, and favorable genes are preserved and systematically passed on to offspring. However, there is an important exception to this filter, and that exception is humanity. In the animal kingdom, the rule holds strong, as seen in the case of the housefly and DDT. Initial application of DDT was lethal, leading to widespread elimination, but the resistant variety of houseflies survived and became the usual form, meaning the organism adapted to the environment. In contrast, human populations represent an exception to this rule. Because of superior intelligence, humans achieved technological and medical advancement, which allowed alteration of living conditions. In essence, humans alter the environment to adapt to the organism, interfering with natural selection in every conceivable way. The third force disrupting genetic equilibrium is dissolving isolation through population movements. Factors like industrialization, economic facilities, education, and modern ways of living all encourage large scale migration from rural to urban environments, as well as transnational migration between countries. This continuous movement reshapes gene distribution in both immigrant and emigrant zones. The permanent intermixing of previously isolated populations creates entirely new genetic combinations. The fourth force is selective sorting through breeding structures. The theoretical ideal assumes complete random mating, resulting in total genetic equilibrium, but the sociological reality is very different. Matings occur selectively within distinct subgroups based on shared variables like religion, economic status, educational background, and family ties. This phenomenon is known as assortative mating. Even in open societies with freedom of mating, humans tend to self segregate. The underlying principle is simple: birds of the same feather flock together. For example, doctors and nurses tend to marry within the medical field, and musicians often marry musicians. The outcome of this pattern is the creation of concentrated genetic subpools, skewing distribution away from true randomness. The fifth and final force is the paradox of progress. Through public health measures, advances in medical care and public health services have led to unprecedented rates of lives being saved from hereditary diseases and constitutional weaknesses. As a result, carriers of genetic malformations now survive to reproductive age. This means natural selection rates dramatically decrease, leading to an increased genetic burden on the broader population. As one perspective puts it, medicine will harm people in the long run by helping them in the short run. We can see clear evidence of this intervention bypassing the natural filter. Consider congenital pyloric stenosis, a fatal infant condition. Through Ramsted's operation, introduced in 1912, this condition was converted into a survivable trait through surgical bypass. Consider also genetically conditioned retinoblastoma, a lethal pediatric cancer. Through precision surgical removal, timely intervention neutralizes the cancer while preserving the carrier. And consider diabetes, a metabolic failure. Through widespread provision of external insulin, chemical supplementation allows patients to achieve a normal lifespan. In all these cases, carriers who would have been eliminated by natural selection now survive and pass these genetic vulnerabilities on to their progeny. To bring this all together, let us map the Hardy-Weinberg ideal against these disruptive realities. Where the ideal assumes no mutations, the disruptive force of mutation introduces spontaneous changes at a rate of 10 to the power of -4 to 10 to the power of -6, introducing harmful, neutral, or beneficial variations. Where the ideal assumes no evolutionary pressure, natural selection alters frequencies through environmental survival limits, though human technology increasingly bypasses this. Where the ideal assumes a closed static population, population movements through industrial and educational migration inject entirely new genetic combinations through intermixing. Where the ideal assumes random mating, breeding structures through assortative mating skew allele distribution into localized subgroups. And where the ideal assumes pure biological survival, public health measures through medical interventions like surgery and insulin decrease natural selection, preserving and increasing the population's genetic burden. Hope you have understood about the dynamics of the human gene pool. If you found this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe for more easy to understand videos on community medicine, public health, and medical education. Thank you.